Hello and welcome to Carrot Underground, a new forum that's been started to discuss stories that we don't wish to discuss publicly, but stories which impact our life and your life. This is a forum where people will come with regular intervals and they will narrate their part of the story. I'm here to discuss my book, Found Dead, produced by Amazon Westland. It has 9 cases of murders, all murders happening in the city in some of the most bizarre circumstances. So let me take you through reasons why I wrote this book. Let me start with an interesting anecdote that actually prompted me to write the book. The first chapter, there are Pontichak, a liquor baron. He's into all kinds of things, including trying to buy huge tracts of land in Ethiopia for farming and all of that, tying up with a Russian oligarch and all of that. A fascinating character who's never given an interview except one, which he gave to me. I was very lucky to have that in 2012. And then, the year later, he died. It's very sad, very strange that he had told me that he had cut down on his business and he had cut down on his meetings and he would rarely venture out of the farmhouse where he lived on the outskirts of Delhi. One day, when I had gone to interview him, he told me that basically he has been told by a saint. India is full of all kinds of people. This astrologer had told Pontichadha, you will never be killed if you are in your home. Pontichadha died barely 2 years outside his farmhouse in a hail of gunfire fired by the brother. There were 12 bullets he took on the body. All of them went past here, there, except one that traveled right from the abdomen to his heart. But the way murders are happening in this country, the way it's happening is not only bizarre, it's become routine. Every day you open paper and you'll realize that more and more people are killing each other. Murders are increasingly now become a part and parcel of our lives, and we are regularly, on a regular basis, we are forgetting it. Murder, like the morning milk and the morning newspaper, is routine in our lives. And it's all happening in the cities. There are no bandits in India now, in Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Uttar Pradesh. The days of Dakus are all over. The Supari killing is happening in some states here and there, maybe in the south, Kerala, Bangalore, Karnataka, Bombay in some cases. The mafia killing has also come down, but what has gone on a high is normal killing by normal people. People are just picking up guns at a very low cost and shooting right across. And in each of these cases lies a tragic tale. I have tried my level best to do this. What prompted me to do this was the fact that I was very pained to see in each case the most vulnerable were not the victims but were the cops. They started the investigations very well, but midway down the line, thanks to political pressures which are routine in this country, all these cases were slowly falling off the map. Let me narrate a small incident to you. I had gone to Rizwanur's home. The Rizwanur murder, or the Rizwanur alleged murder, to be politically and legally correct, was one such story that had triggered a huge outpour of feelings in Calcutta, where people came out on the streets to say a rich girl's parents have killed a boy who belonged to a minority community. He was a Muslim, and his body was found next to the railway track. The peculiar thing was, 2 very brilliant officers of Calcutta police investigating that case. Those 2 officers who were tracking the Rizwanu case, they died also mysteriously next to the railway tracks. Today, no one is worried about the fate of the case. Rizwanu's parents, to me it seemed, they had moved on and they had become suddenly wealthy. There is a Rizwanur brother who is a legislator and his name has cropped up in cattle smuggling from Bengal. He lives on the borders of Bengal, somewhere near Murshidabad, where the riots had taken place recently. And no one was keen to follow the case. The girl got married. They went in plane loads to Ambi Valley and they got married there. The girl has moved on. She was last seen a couple of years ago at a KKR practice in Kolkata. She was filmed, she was photographed, and that was the last we heard of that. Now, in all of these cases, it reminds me time and again, if seriously not pursued, murders or people who commit murders, they are never been sent to the prison. It happens in some cases, actually happened in case of the Nitish Katara murder, where the mother systematically, time and again, braving all odds against the Yadavs, who were so powerful, so filthily rich, they used to carry guns. I remember once D.P. Yadav came to the studio and he had with him 9 gunmen, and he was insisting that the gunmen will sit in the studio. He's so powerful. But Nitish Kataria's mother, Lone Ranger she is, and she went in and time and again she fought all these cases right up to the Supreme Court to ensure that Vikas Yadav and his brother gets life imprisonment. Murders get a conclusion if somebody stands up and talks. I don't think books serve any purpose for that, but the books remind you that if you forget things, murders will continue. If there was a huge outpour on the Nirbhaya case and whole range of people came to the India Gate and they protested, there was a logical conclusion. There is a Nirbhaya happening in India every now and then. Let's not confuse with rape and murder and only murder. In these cases which I have highlighted are basically murders, plain and simple white-collared crimes which happened only because someone wanted a larger chunk of the cash. In the case of Rizwanur, some investigative journalist or a reporter or a cop could have logically followed the case and found out that where murderers sent to Calcutta to push Rizwanur into the railway tracks so that he gets rammed by the train and then he dies. Now somewhere somebody has to investigate this. The Sheena Bora case is a great example of how even if you have all the cash and everything, you will still land up into trouble. I can't even imagine Peter Mukherjee, whom I've interviewed numerous times. He's in a jail today following yoga of Baba Ramdev. I mean, sometimes I wonder that even his wife, she was so powerful running a news channel called NewsX. Today, she is behind bars on charges of murdering their daughter. And once again, the central point is again cash. And the money Sheena had kept in her account, and she was refusing to part with that cash. Jia Khan, again a strange story, where Amitabh Bachchan tweeted it first, that how could Jia die, how could Jia kill herself? And then arguments and cross-arguments happened and happened and happened, and nothing has happened till date. All we know is a scientific analysis of the post-mortem report has now proved that she did not die of hanging. That means she did not commit suicide. That means, that indicates that someone must have killed her and someone must have hanged her. So I think murders are becoming routine. It should not. People should investigate that. But I think in this dog-eat-dogs world, people are so busy with things, it is just becoming one more headline.